Hello and welcome to another episode of Rant and Bollox.
Hello, everybody. It's good to be back.
What are we watching this week, Paul?
We are watching the greatest movie DC have ever produced.
And what was
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad.
And it's so good, we have to watch the extended edition. Can everyone tell that we're faking it already?
I like the way you said Suicide Squad. It was
Suicide
smooth.
Squad.
Yeah.
Why do we keep watching the extended versions? There's got to be the trimmed down version we have to watch.
I know, but we need to see it in its full entirety. So
yeah. So now we'll have seen everything in the DC EU. And maybe next time we can start releasing our less angry podcasts.
I'm keen to ask you after the film's finished whether you thought it lived up to the hype, and also whether it was better than Batman vs Superman.
Did you actually ask me if it's better than Batman Superman?
I know, I did. I went there.
A garbage fire is better than Batman Superman. Like this film, everybody knows this film was sort of like a reaction after Batman Superman came out, and it just didn't work. There's all the rumors that DC freaked out and panicked and tried to fix it. So that's why it's like edited all choppy and everything. But we'll get into it. Maybe it gets fixed in the extended cut. I haven't seen it.
Possibly. I've not seen it either. So
we never know. We never know. We live in hope.
Well, let's get to it.
All right. So we're going to sync it up with you guys if you're watching at home. It's the extended cut, so you remember. And we're starting right from the start. We'll tell you what's on screen and you'll know what's going on. It's going to start in 3, 2, 1. I want to stop. Get me off. I'm out of it.
Get off the roundabout.
So the Warner Brothers crazy painted logo's gone. The Rat Pack logo has come up.
Oh yeah,
look at those crazy colours.
Look at those colours. Well,
that's gone.
That brings me into my first discussion. Is what did you think about the titles? What did you think about like the branding they used? I quite liked that they used those vibrant colours.
Yeah, between those colourful openings and this music.
It starts off great.
It's completely different than Batman Superman straight away.
Yeah, I agree.
But they're opening up on a prison.
Yeah.
So, like, they're trying to make it happy and cheery. And then we're cutting to a prison. We have, like, this
it's a bit
bunch
mixed.
of killers and sadists.
Right.
Like, you know the rumors behind this. I don't know if everybody's watching has, but after Batman Superman happened...
Yeah.
They apparently went and reshot a bunch of stuff.
That's right. They had some trouble, didn't they?
Yeah. And then the guys who released the first trailer, which had Bohemian Rhapsody over it.
Yeah.
I think it's called the Trailer Park Company. They were brought in to recut the movie to make it match that kind of tone that they had.
Right.
So everyone, the accusations are DC saw the trailer for Guardians of the Galaxy. They saw the way that hit with all the music, the cool, catchy music and the funny team vibe to it.
Sure.
And then they said, we'll release a trailer like that and see what happens. And then everyone loved the trailer. And the film that they were supposed to make got completely cut to bits.
It's like false advertising. It's like, you're cutting it, editing it, putting music on, making people think, this is what it's like. And when they went and watched the film, they're so let down by it. So... Yeah, in a way, it's like false advertising.
Well, it's the same problem with the Batman Superman, like you said, of being let down. It's that if you come into this movie with expectations of the characters, you're not going to get what you want. Like, Will Smith does a good job in this, and Margot Robbie does a good job. But they're not exactly the kind of... Maybe she's good as Harley Quinn, but Deadshot in this is not the Deadshot from the comics.
Right.
He's not a family man who's out to do the right thing. He's a stone cold killer.
Yeah, right.
So if you come from the comic books thinking you're going to see your version, you're going to be disappointed.
I can understand that. I can understand that.
And like everyone says, like she's great in this and Will Smith's great in this, but they have the most screen time.
Yeah.
Like all the rest of the squad are useless because they have nothing to do.
There's a couple of characters in this where they only feature them a little and you're like, they didn't either care about them or, even some of them die off. But it's, you can almost guess like who they were loving, who they were giving the love to. Is,
exactly.
These two.
No, I think something I should bring up about why people gave this such a hard time is there's a difference between being distracted and being entertained. And I think a lot of people watch this and got distracted and it's easy, cheesy popcorn movie.
Right.
But if you want to get entertained, this film takes forever to get started. Like, this whole segment now is like, she gets introduced, Will Smith gets introduced.
I thought they introduced him super quick, but I do agree that it takes
But like,
time
now you've got this scene where she explains who they are.
Yeah.
Then it goes back and has their...
It's back and forth. Yeah.
And you're just like... Yeah, like, this is something that should have happened in a previous movie.
I thought she played quite a good character.
She's very good,
yeah. I thought she played a good character. I thought she was pretty ruthless.
Like, in the comics and in the cartoon, like, this is the kind of character she is.
Right.
Waller is someone with no morals, completely willing to do whatever it takes. And her only saving grace is she does it for the sake of America. Like, she's trying to protect America. She'll do whatever it takes. So she's sort of like later on, there's the spoiler, obviously, for this. Bruce Wayne's in it, Batman's in it.
Yeah.
Her and Bruce have a weird dynamic because they're both willing to do anything for what they believe in, but she's willing to do anything at all. She'll kill people, and she'll turn on anybody. And he doesn't cross that line. So they're always like going up against each other. Like, I'm watching this now for the second time. I don't know about you, but...
Did you watch this in the theater?
Yeah, we saw it together, didn't we?
Oh, we did.
Yeah, we did.
We did.
You dragged me to see it.
I think I said, like, we're going to go see it. I'll pay for your ticket and we're going to go see it. Yeah. You weren't happy about it.
No, I was not happy. But, like, in terms of distraction, you get these colourful things. You get the little flip-down charts.
Yeah.
Like, it's a very different tone of a movie.
Totally, yeah. In a good way?
I don't know I don't think it's a good way, because you contrast that against what was supposed to happen, where you have David Ayer, who comes off the back of End of Watch and Fury, like these real hardcore war and police movies, and it's very intense and it's very emotional, and gritty, which is why you think Batman Superman is. And then he's supposed to make these like happy, kind of cheery characters out of a bunch of psychopaths. It's a weird movie where a lot of little things work, but when you look at it all together, like, none of it satisfies me. Like, this one scene kind of makes me wonder about the character completely. See, look, he just gets paid $1 million to kill a man, right?
Yeah.
And then later he's out shopping with his daughter. Like, why is he not quit? Like, $1 million isn't enough for him?
Well, yeah.
Like, this clearly isn't his first job.
Money gets
There's $2 million. Like, where are we supposed to care about him? He's doing it for his daughter. He just made $2 million.
Yeah. Well, I guess greed comes into it, but yeah. This is...
it's all Toronto,
It's all Toronto, isn't it?
Like, that scene was action, had little graphics cards, had Will Smith being Will Smith and charming. But at the end of the day, it's about a man being paid to kill somebody. How am I supposed to feel about that character? It's like, oh, he has a kid, so it's like... It's just the film's just weird, you know what I mean?
Well, he's got $2 million's worth of shopping in there.
So. Yeah, he must have.
She's got a fucking doll.
That doll would have made it a fucking gold.
Yeah.
I can't really remember how you felt about this film. I think you said it was your favourite film of all time, didn't you?
You better take that back. Otherwise, this podcast is going to end shortly.
Put the knife down, Al. Put the knife down.
I had mixed feelings. I liked the build-up of it. And I think the trailers made it look a lot better than it did. Than it is, sorry.
Yeah.
But, there's things I like about it. I actually like this build-up. I like how it builds up. But then, like, the enemies they're fighting, that witch woman, like, it all just falls apart, and I just do not like it. And especially the end, how they kind of get rid of the threat.
Yeah.
So, it's another one of those, like, Batman vs Superman I always knew was going to be a bit shit. This one, I was hoping. I kind of had my fingers crossed watching it. I was like, come on, be good, be good.
Yeah.
But it let me down, unfortunately. Not as bad as Batman vs Superman.
No.
So.
Do you think that's because like you didn't know these? Like you don't know who the Suicide Squad?
No, I don't. I was introduced to them. Like I knew a few of them. I didn't know Deadshot. I knew a couple of the others, like the Croc guy I knew from somewhere.
Yeah, you probably saw him in a video game.
Yeah, so that's another thing actually. Is there is a Injustice 2 is coming out. It's the DC and Mortal Kombat and everything. So it's like a video game fighter. So we're going to have to review that because you can be like Superman in it and you can be like lots of other heroes.
Oh, I remember that. I remember the first one, yeah.
Number 2's out in like a
that was the
weeks.
one where they had the special move where Batman hits you with his car.
Is it a car?
Yeah. He jumps out of the way and the Batmobile comes in and hits
you mean Batman?
Yeah, Batman.
Sorry, yeah.
Not Superman.
I thought you said Superman. So you thought she did a good job?
She did a good job as Harley, but like it's the same thing. Like we're introducing this character again. We're doing narration. We're doing flashbacks. We're doing quick cuts and colorful cuts. And
sure.
I'm just like, just give me a scene to enjoy. Like she's
they're really cutting this, like editing this quite quickly together, aren't they? Well. Like he's already been introduced, with a lot of other people, but yeah, they are hurrying this along.
Yeah, like I can see it appealing in a very YouTube era kind of way of like, here's a scene, here's a scene, here's a scene. I don't have a lot of attention. Show me what's going on. Cut to the chase. But you're talking about the Joker. And like you introduce him just like in a little scene like that, and now he's already evil. And we're supposed to be like, oh, now I understand their relationship. Yeah. That was like 30 seconds from the time they were sitting in the chair to him torturing her.
Yeah.
There's no emotion behind it.
No, it isn't. I'm not caring right now.
Yeah. And obviously, like, he's the most famous story around the whole thing about how he did 6 months of prep for this. He perfected the thing. Everyone's like, how are you going to beat Heath Ledger?
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, but he's an Oscar winner actor and now he's doing this. So clearly he knows what he's doing. Maybe he'll do a Jack Nicholson.
Sure.
But then there's all this talk that like, well, I'll get into like the stories of what he did before, like his method acting thing. But he's barely in this movie. And you're talking about false advertising. He's all over the advertising for this. Like the trailer has him like laughing and she says, oh, something bad's going to happen now.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, oh, the Joker's going to be a big part in this movie. He's got 10 minutes in this film. And what he's doing in it is just, it doesn't matter. It's that same Superman Batman thing.
He even criticized that.
Like he came out and he said he doesn't like it.
Yeah.
And there's rumors that he might not do another one. He might not do Batman. Like this whole scene makes no sense to me.
They're just trying to show like
he's crazy.
He's crazy, serious shit. But that's just cheesy, to be honest. Like I think, I'm watching and I'm thinking, I'm trying to process like what the film's doing and why some people thought it was great and some people didn't. And I think like if you like shorthand, if you like them just flashing pictures of like, oh, this is from the comics. You remember this shot? Yeah. And this is from this thing, and now he's evil. Yeah. And you like that kind of like, just get to the point, show me the story. Yeah. This film's fine. Maybe it's because I'm old. I like the story to play out. I want to see more. I think most people would say that. Like, to give you an example, like I just did that video on The Dark Knight, right? The very first time the Joker does anything in a scene, like he's in the bank, but you know the scene. It's when you just hear him doing that laugh and he's going, and he walks and he sits down with the gangsters. Yeah. And like you give the Joker this whole 5 minutes to just figure out who this guy is. How does he deal with people? And you're like, okay, I know exactly who this guy is for the rest of the movie. But the fact they give him 5 minutes is like, this guy's messed up. He deserves 5 minutes of the audience just like taking him in. Whereas here, it just jumps to, too very, very quick.
And I can understand, like, the argument is, well, the Joker, he's not the main guy, he's not the bad guy, the witch is the bad guy. I was like, then why are you showing it to me? Why are you fucking wasting my time? Stop wasting my time.
Toronto as well.
Downtown Toronto. So yeah, that's a question. Before we even get through the rest of the movie, did you A, like him as the Joker, and B, would you want him to come back? Sorry, not would you want him to come back. Do you think he deserves another shot? Either way, like if you liked him, does he deserve another go? If you didn't like him, do you think it was the movie's fault?
I thought he was I thought he was actually half decent. So
yeah.
I thought he was half decent. After seeing Lex in fucking Batman vs Superman, like I was just so
the standard you had to live up to.
So disappointed in that, so disgusted with that. That I thought he was a decent Joker. He wasn't as good as Heath Ledger, but it's hard to kind of live up to that, mountain.
Yeah.
I thought, I don't mind seeing him again. Hopefully they feature him more. But
she tries to stab him. She tries to stab him underwater, punch him in the face.
Bloody in that case.
How hard is it to punch someone under the water?
Yeah. That's true. Just knocked her out underwater.
I wonder if Ben Affleck asked for this scene. I think she needs mouth to mouth.
Yeah. I'm going to have to do it.
Just going to have a little bit of sexual harassment with Harley Quinn here. So yeah, you think he did a good job, but...
I thought he did a decent job.
Yeah.
I'd say like borderline getting up to good, but he just wasn't featured enough. And I just think that most people out there are going to put him up against Heath Ledger and go, oh shit.
He's like, sorry to interrupt. He's the movie I wanted to see. Captain Boomerang.
Oh yeah.
Not that I didn't want to see a dark Suicide Squad, but if you're going to make the movie the way you've started it off, his tone was perfect. Like there, he knocks out his buddy.
Yeah.
He's joking.
Ruthless.
He loves unicorns. And the Flash looks amazing, right?
So fucking random though.
It is random, but I was like, I saw it in the cinema and that made me go, oh,
yeah,
he looks good. Because I hadn't seen him move. I'd only seen the costume. And just tiny things, like just a tiny bit of blue. And I'm like,
sure.
Oh, he looks... Like, that's the one thing I have with Flash in the TV show. I love the TV show. But I don't think anybody ever quite shows you just how fast he is. And that did. Like, he's a blur. He's gone.
Right.
You don't have a chance to fight him. Like, in the TV show, people can see the Flash running beside the car.
Sure.
And they try and shoot him and stuff. But, like, in the proper DC universe, Flash is beyond... You cannot see him. If he's going to punch you, you don't blink, you don't dodge. You're already knocked out before your brain even knows what happened. Anyway,
he's faster than Superman as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And like I was saying with Boomerang, like Jai Courtney, he nailed like the tone of the movie that I would want to have seen them go for.
Right.
But the kind of movie they end up getting with is like stupid bad guy trying to make everybody friends by the end of it. And I was like, what are you trying to do? Like, this guy as well, like, the prison guard, what the fuck happens to him? Like, he's at the start of it, he's torturing them all, he makes a few jokes, then the Joker has him in the chair. Like, I know I'm jumping ahead, but that's the kind of movie it is. It's all over the place.
It is. Especially at the beginning here. They're trying to introduce the guys super quick so they can get them on the road and everyone cares about them and then they do their mission. But
that's the big thing about, like I was saying, like making me feel like I don't feel like I'm just watching stuff. Like there was apparently a whole subplot with Killer Croc cut out where they showed him battling Batman, how he was a freak. He was on the outside, no one would talk to him because of the way he looked. But I don't know, like, is Killer Croc supposed to be just someone who looks weird, or is he actually a crocodile?
He's just, like, genetically fucked, isn't he? Or something?
Yeah, like, he's supposed to just have a disease that makes him look weird.
Yeah.
But in this, like, later on, he's actually swimming underwater without a thing. He's able to swim.
Oh, yeah, okay. So they're taking that literal, like, saying, oh, he's a crocodile now.
This is just...
She annoys me.
Yeah.
I don't like her.
She's on the Lex Luthor level of brilliance.
Yeah, she really is. I do not like it.
Anyway, back to the Joker. Like, I think he was the main issue with the movie for a lot of people because you probably went to go see a Joker and he's not in it.
Yeah.
And then there's like the other people who were like, you're not going to be better than Heath Ledger. Oh, you're not better than Heath Ledger. The Batman movie's going to be shit.
Right.
So do you think he should do another movie? Or do you think he's like...
I think if he's allowed to be in it more, has some more control maybe on that, but I'd like to see more of him with the Batman. Whether it will happen or not, I don't know. They might cut him again, or they might show more. No one knows what's going on. Ben Affleck's not really pleased with the next Batman film either.
Well, that's what we were going to talk about on the next podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's out. He's not directing it.
I wouldn't mind seeing some more of Jared Leto. So Leto. I wouldn't. Yeah, I'm gonna put that down. I wouldn't mind seeing some more. I don't think he was terrible in this, but I think the editing and whatever scenes they cut out, that did more harm than his acting, you know?
Yeah.
So I think like even just the way like he has that teeth and the tattoos and stuff, like I'm sure he wasn't like, oh, I want to have this tattoo on here. They probably put it all on it. I think they could have maybe calmed that down a little bit. It was almost a bit too Hollywood fake.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, you've heard the other theory about it is that he's not even the real Joker. There's two Jokers.
Because he was too young and stuff?
Yeah.
Ridiculous. What do you think of this guy? I thought this guy was really interesting. This fucking army.
RoboCop?
Yeah. I thought, like, in kind of a good way. I thought he did...
Like, that thing there, that looks cool, but I'm like, what
the fuck is going on?
And this scene, sorry, this is exactly the problem. Okay, now they're in love.
Yeah.
One cut
is going on here? Yeah.
And like, as the audience, we're just like, okay, they're in love. Like,
yeah.
I get it. Like, you're telling me what's happening.
But you jump so much.
Yeah. Like, that's the thing of like, if you're watching this, that's the guy from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Like, if you're watching this movie and you have your brain off, this is just giving you information. So you're like, okay, so those two love each other.
Blinked, then you'd be like, oh my God.
You've lost that whole subplot.
Yeah.
I think he's got bigger things to do. He's got to take care of 11. He's got to make sure those kids get home.
Did you see him do the speech? And then,
it was a great speech.
Naomi Ryder. Just her
Winona
face.
Ryder,
yeah. Just ridiculous.
Yeah, she's like, what?
Just looking around.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Like, another thing with the film, as a comic complaint, she says, like, fight the next war, defeat the North Superman. And what they have Enchantress do right here, she jumps to Iran and gets a nuclear thing, whatever. That's what the Task Force X in the comics is supposed to be. That's what they're called, Task Force X, and they're nicknamed Suicide Squad. They do the missions that Justice League can't do.
Yeah.
They do like the Black Ops missions for the military.
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't send them out to fight the Joker or anything. She sends them out to kill dictators. Like, go kill Saddam Hussein. That's what the Suicide Squad do.
Yeah.
They kill Saddam Hussein, and it's like Mission Impossible. If you get caught, we don't know what happened. Yeah. You're just you're a supervillain. We don't care. But they can do all the missions that the American government can disavow.
It's a great concept, yeah.
But the mission they have them doing this is to fight a bad guy that they make themselves.
Yeah. They should have actually had...
I like this, the little hand thing.
That's cool. You know what they should have done? They should have eased it in, and they should have actually had the whole film be them battling like human problems, and bring the team, and you can introduce the team and everything. I know you still got to make it interesting, but then the second film they did should have been against something bigger, like what they did there, because then we'd care about the characters more because they would have connected and met, through the first film.
Yeah.
But the first film would have been more about like she's a fucking god. Like, it's hard to compete against that. But anyway, the fact that there's so many characters, they introduced them way too quickly. It was always going to be a challenge.
Yeah. So, have you ever seen The Dirty Dozen?
No, I haven't. No.
It's a war film, same basic concept. All these crappy soldiers that don't want to be there get whipped up into shape to do this suicide mission. That, like, you can do this movie. You can do a big movie, like Magnificent Seven, not the remake, the original.
Yeah.
Or, Seven Samurai, if you want to go back. Like, you can have a big team movie without having to do this choppy shit. All you got to do is make sure that your story introduces those people.
Right.
Now, you have a film where all these people are in a prison together. You could naturally, organically have this team formed by Amanda Waller, but instead what you have is, here's A, here's B, here's C. Let's get started. Like, how far are we into the movie now? 20 minutes in. The story still hasn't started.
Right.
The story doesn't start till she steals the heart. Like, there is no story, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Up until she gets pissed off and says, like, that's technically the start of her story. She's like, oh, I'm under her control. I want to get out. Took 20 minutes to get here.
Yeah.
But
and we've been introduced to pretty much all the characters as well. It also shows you how quickly they have to introduce all these people. Like,
I know it's this thing of like, if I had done the movie, but all these characters are supposed to exist already. They're already in prison. Instead of having this be the first mission of the Suicide Squad, should have been like a Mission Impossible thing or a James Bond. Start on a mission doing something really awful, like killing a dictator.
Yeah.
And then they go back to America. Then she introduces the magic one.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Because then all the characters the characters come together and they're like, shit, should we have done that? Should we have killed that person? Yeah, they hired us for a reason. And then suddenly a bigger cause comes in, a bigger threat, and then they all come together.
Yeah. Or like you introduce a new member of the team, like Harley. And like she becomes the audience and we get to live through her.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know who I'm supposed to care for in this story. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, do you think that DC, when they made this, they were like, oh, let's just throw this guy in, and this guy in.
Absolutely.
Everyone's going to love him.
Yeah.
I love them all. And
the
Marvel are going to be,
DC aren't total idiots. They're like, okay, how do we make a film about psychopaths? Cast the top actress, or like one of the hottest actresses.
Well, that's because they got the money.
And we get Will Smith.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, well, Will Smith can be...
No offense, Will Smith hasn't been doing good films recently either, so...
No. I think this is the first time he's been back to being like Independence Day, Men in Black Will Smith.
Sure.
And again, like his scenes where he's doing that, they feel very different than the other scenes like this.
Yeah, I agree. These are the very kind of stupid Hollywood scenes.
And like, it's just, I keep getting worked up about the movie, but like, there's too many flavors to it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not just hitting you at one thing. Like, if you're going
to have to show this guy now.
Yeah.
By the time they finish this guy, they need to show the next guy. They need to show the grappling guy. They need to go back to the Australian Steeler.
Yeah.
Then they need to hit Will Smith. Then they need to go, we need to show some of the bad guy again. It's just jumping all over the place because they've got, how many people have they got to fucking focus on? They've got, how many fucking bad guys are there? Like, is in a team. How many are there? Is there 5?
7.
7? Then you've got
technically, if you include Flag there.
Then you've got the main bitch woman here. So you got to follow her story.
Main bitch, yeah.
Then you've got the bad lady.
So Joker, don't forget Joker.
8 people. Yeah, 9 with Joker.
And the bad lady's got a brother.
Around 10 to jump between.
Yeah. Fair
enough, these guys are usually together, but that's still only like a 6 together. And then you've got another 4 people to jump between. I mean, the fucking editor had a job, didn't he?
Oh, God. Well, that's like the edit. Like, I heard one rumor that they had 2 cuts of the movie that were playing in side-by-side theaters.
Oh, yeah?
And then the producers decided who got the better reactions.
Wow.
And that's the film they released.
Oh, really?
Actually, now, I
think I heard that as well.
I can't think properly. Could be the alcohol. But I haven't seen anything new. Have you seen anything new that you can remember?
Because of the extended?
Yeah.
No, I have not. Everything
I remember everything as it is.
Yeah.
Like, this scene's pretty cool, but from a filmmaking point of view, we already know he's a great shot. You're repeating yourself, and then it's the tone issue of, like, he makes all the jokes with Rick Flag later on. Like, this scene, to me, is just, look how cool he is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's it. Like, it's just, there's like, how cool is Will Smith? It's like, he's real cool. I think DC with this movie, they went the exact opposite of what people say they did with Batman Superman. People defend Batman Superman saying DC aimed too high. They made it too complicated.
Yeah.
Too dark and deep.
Yeah.
With this one, they just feel like they're talking to children, being like, These two love each other.
I agree.
This guy has a daughter.
Yeah.
Look at this scene. Look how cool he is.
Yeah.
And it's like, what?
I
Tell
agree.
me a story.
I think that's the way it went. I think it was like very plain. It was vanilla. And they didn't put any mix in there. And then they stabbed themselves in the foot by just introducing too many characters as well, by jumping between too many scenes. This guy, we have to cut the scene soon because we have to get on with the fucking film because we've got someone else to show.
Yeah, like we already know he's a good shot. We see him do the murder for $2 million.
Yeah. Okay, so we can shoot in the head. This is a good scene, but
because that other scene, it's stupid.
But they're going to be cutting it real shortly because they got to show someone else.
Yeah,
they got too many people.
Main bitch is loving it though.
Oh yeah, main bitch.
But the other thing I don't get about this scene, from a logical story point of view, is everybody knows he can do this. Why are they making him prove himself?
For the camera. For
He's in prison.
Yeah.
He's in prison because the Batman had to capture him.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like they didn't know he was this good.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Full custody.
Like, this is just pure Will Smith. Like, you just want to watch Will Smith. I like watching him. Like,
yeah, he's good.
He's super charming.
Yeah. You white people.
Yeah. Is it just me, or is his flag back to front on his hat?
Really? Well,
it is, isn't it?
Fucking looks like it.
Sorry, I just got so distracted. I was like, his American flag is back to front.
You're right. What's going on there?
I don't know. Does it mean something? Clearly we're not today. Any of our listeners out there know why his flag is back to front, tweet us at Rant and Bollox. Or, shout loudly. We'll hear you.
What other films has he been in?
RoboCop. He was RoboCop.
He was RoboCop.
Yeah, Joel Kinnaman.
Alright. Any other stuff?
RoboCop 2? I don't know. I'll look him up. Joel Kinnaman. Hang on a second. This is your job. You're supposed to be fleming with the facts.
True. Should be getting in there.
Oh wait, I got a quick fact here on that scene though.
Oh yeah.
Will Smith. He trained with Navy SEALs and Army Rangers to fire the 9mm handguns and the AR-15s so that he could look proper.
Well, good.
Apparently he turned out to be a quick learner and got long distance shots with the AR-15, which takes a while to get proper.
Wow. Skillful mofo.
Like, if I was going to make... Here we are back to Joker. He introduces me. Like, again, he's writing ha 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 over the walls. He's got these champagne bottles. He's got all these knives. There's a couple of baby clothes. Have you seen it?
Yes. Yeah.
The baby thing is like, oh, that's kind of weird and twisted and stuff. And it's like, but it's like you said, like he's got all this writing on the table back there.
Yeah.
And it just tells you three things. It tells you that Jared Leto filmed a lot of material that did not get into this movie.
Sure.
2, this film doesn't know what the hell it's trying to do with the Joker.
Yeah.
And 3, is it too over the top?
I think it is. This whole scene here, yeah.
Like, I get it, and it's like, oh, he's OCD, and there's baby clothes, and there's laptops.
It's too, for me, it's just too Hollywood. It's too clean.
It's like I was saying with you don't know who he is.
Yeah.
You know who Heath Ledger's Joker is.
Yeah.
You know who Jack Nicholson's Joker is. I never have enough time with that guy to know, is he faking it?
Right.
Is he putting on an act? Is he really crazy?
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. Like, they've never given Leto enough time to actually be in a scene and be like, oh, I see the levels here. I see the contrast.
Yeah.
Like, we go from him driving in a car crazy to him in the nightclub setting up the guy to kill him because he looked at Harley the wrong way, to this scene where he has the guy in the chair and then he's electrocuting. Like, I just, there's no cohesion. Like, it never works together to be like, oh, I don't have to understand him. Like, he can be a psycho.
Sure.
But is he a psycho like, Silence of the Lambs psycho? Or is he like mentally twisted and doesn't know what personality he's got.
Do you think they're maybe talking to the fans, the comic book fans are already like...
No, like he got a lot of shit for not being
a
like Joker.
that.
Like he's got damage tattooed on his head.
Right.
Joker, I don't want to say the Joker is one thing or the other. Joker's famous for being a lot of things.
Mm.
But the Joker, I think Ledger's... did I call him Heath Leto? I think like Heath Ledger's Joker has the best summary of the character. It's like, he doesn't give a shit what anybody thinks.
Right.
Whereas like if you get a tattoo, you're kind of saying something about your personality, about what the world's looking at.
Sure.
That's not the Joker. He doesn't care.
The fact that he's getting damage put on him and things like that.
He's got a J and a teardrop and ha 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 on him. It's like... The Joker wouldn't do that. He just wouldn't. It's like from the comics, from the thing, like no Joker has ever been that interpretation except for maybe Frank Miller's who had like a big fucking dragon tattoo on his back.
Right.
But Frank Miller went crazy with that comic.
What does she do there? Like a bit of a future thing?
A hallucination.
Oh, okay.
Like a threat. Like if you mess with me, I'll kill June.
Right.
Careful, Alex. If you blink, you're going to miss the plot.
Yeah, this is a weird one.
So, like, we're in what now? 35 minutes in.
Yeah. And
the movie's starting.
She could have done this at any time, though, couldn't she?
Yeah.
You know? That's the thing. Like, this whole, you know...
She could have gotten through... Yeah, like, they have this bomb or whatever on the box, but apparently she can just get her brother to come back at any point. And her brother will save her. Oh, that's the subway. I can't remember where it is. Shepherd or somewhere? Yeah, the film makes no sense. Now Al's left. Al's leaving us. What a dickhead. While he's gone, I can tell you that Joel Kinnaman's also known for The Killing. And he's in House of Cards, apparently. And Run All Night. All I know is RoboCop. So if you find out the world's addicted to machines, do you then decide to make a machine? The fuck is that all about, you crazy bitch? Oh, while he's gone, I will bring up a point about this, which is more comics orientated. Why is Deadshot's eye thing on the wrong eye? That's supposed to be his aiming reticule. Why is it on the wrong eye? Did somebody flip the damn image when they sent it to the design department? That's not hard to get. That's not hard to understand. Left eye, right eye. Left eye, right eye. If you're right-handed, you're going to be looking with a particular eye. You don't want to have a big glass thing over it. If it's going to help you aim and it's in the way, I don't know. Just whatever. Maybe he's ambidextrous. Still doesn't make a difference because the bullets... No, you can't be ambidextrous with a gun. Sorry, I went on a rant there about what I think was on. But it's not authentic to the comics, is it? I don't care. I kind of feel bad because these are good actors. A lot of DC hire good actors and they just put them in bad places. That's not Central. I think that's Bay Street. Maybe St. Andrew. I'm naming subway stops in Toronto, by the way, for anybody who's not from Toronto and has no idea what I'm saying. This was filmed here, and that was just downtown. I know a couple of folks who worked on this, so I feel bad shitting on it. What's that? This isn't Keystone City. Was it Midtown? Midway City? Wait, you don't start compressions after no pulse, mate. You're a pretty crappy doctor. Uh-oh. It's like one of those king rats where all the rats get their tails tied up together. And he's powered by electricity, something that did not exist when he was first created thousands of years ago. Is that why he died? He didn't have an AC outlet? That's a Toronto subway. That's what happens to them too if you don't pay your fare. Oh, he's back. He's back. Shush, shush. He's back. You've missed it. The film's kind of started. She brought her brother back.
I thought I still had another hour.
Pretty much, yeah. You might as well take a break. They still haven't gotten the team together. Oh, she got a key. She's ready for it. I just noticed something there. She has a... Oh, it's a shiv. I thought it was a key. Not bad. I forgot that from the first time out. Oh, I have a story that's not connected to this. It's not really a trivia thing. But you know, our friend Joel Kinnaman plays Flag.
Yeah.
That role apparently was supposed to go to Tom Hardy.
Oh, I heard that. That as well. But so why did he take it down? Did he not like the script?
No,
or
no.
Did he have other work?
He had other work. He was working on The Revenant with DiCaprio. And
okay. Yeah. Okay.
Like a quick thing on the Revenant, it was all shot in sequence, and it was all shot with natural light. And you know, if you haven't seen that film, whatever about the story, it's beautiful. But because it has that very restrictive way of shooting, the budget kept going bigger and bigger because the production got extended.
Okay.
Like months and months and months. So Hardy couldn't leave that. He couldn't shave his beard, and he couldn't come and do this movie. So he'd be like, I'm not going to be ready in time to shoot.
He's probably very glad, to be honest. So.
I'd say so. But he's still in talks to be in a
is he?
comic book movie.
Okay.
I think like everybody knows comic book movies are easy money at the end of the day.
They are. It's unfortunate because it's just being overdone.
How are the two soldiers not seeing the phone in her hand?
Why has she got a phone?
He gave her the phone. But there's two guys standing there pushing her wheelchair, and she's like this, checking the phone.
It's getting out of fucking hand, that's for sure.
Like, I get this. Like, now it's like, oh, Joker wants her back. That's what he's trying to do.
It's kind of funny. She just blows up in his face. Good old masks.
Like, the masks are good, and they got, like, the classic Batman mask from 1940s or 1939.
Yeah.
I wonder if Joker's being endorsed by the iPad brigade. Yeah, has he got an iPad?
Look at
Samsung got a lot of advertising in this movie.
Just two.
Every other character seems to hold up an iPad showing you some information. Or a Samsung pad, whatever it's called. Oh, wonder what he's going to do here.
The thing is, you just saw him kill... Well, I don't know if he saw them kill them all, but like, even if that was my wife...
Yeah.
And I just saw him shoot all those people...
He's going to kill me too.
Yeah. It's just like, you got to weigh some things up. Sorry there.
No, it's fine.
I'm not sure it is to her. They've got such a strange relationship, but that's why, like, I find him intriguing. Like, I think he pulls off the whole, like, I'm madly in love with you and stuff. Unfortunately, they jumped that scene at the beginning. You know, like,
that cut? You mean that cut?
Yeah.
We had that cut?
They jumped the movie.
Yeah.
You know, like the whole... But he has this kind of energy to him, and he has this
I get what you mean, yeah.
He's also got the tired eyes, like, you know, like, I've been working tirelessly.
Because it was all the reshoots.
You know? Yeah.
So yeah, I think this scene means that...
I don't like these two.
Oh God, no. They're useless.
This thing isn't good. It's not good.
But this is like we were saying about...
She looks like a right tool.
The Suicide Squad has basically turned into a discount Justice League. It's like, oh, there's something dangerous out there, I better fight them. It was like, that's not the Suicide Squad. And like a big thing I have with this whole movie is where does it fit into a larger universe? Like DC have watched Marvel build this huge big story where they're getting to the Infinity War. And everyone's finding the stones. And like there's this thread that like, oh, we're getting to this big thing. And all the movies kind of have to play into that. They either introduce characters that are going to be important or they help find the next stone or whatever.
Yeah.
This movie makes no sense. You have Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Justice League. But before that series, you bring in this bunch of villains who are not going to be in the Wonder Woman movie. They're not going to be in the Justice League movie. They're not going to be in the Flash movie or the Aquaman movie. And nothing that happens in this movie has any relevance to what happened in Batman and Superman or anything. Like, this film, it stands out as just being like a complete... Like, I think it's just like, oh, let's do Guardians of the Galaxy. Let's find like a little team and do a team movie. But it's like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, even Guardians of the Galaxy, that made sense because it's like, oh, they found a new Infinity Stone, and now we can see how dangerous the Infinity Stones are. And that was like, oh, because they're going to have to go into space eventually with the Avengers. It's like, we'll expand the universe. This film makes no sense if you're planning a movie universe.
Right. And you're piecing it together. You're ruining it for everyone else.
Thank God.
And I love that you're doing that. Because
Well,
I see it.
But like, it's like, I want to ruin the movie, this particular movie, the same reason I wanted to ruin Batman Superman's extended cut. Because I think it's a pile of fucking shit that you go to the cinema and you pay your money and you watch a movie, and then the studio comes out and says, oh, that isn't actually the movie. We've brought out the real movie that explains all the problems. You just got to go and buy the DVD.
Well, that's what DC do.
That's what I mean. That's two movies in a row they've done that.
Yeah.
It's bullshit. Like,
it's a stupid... they do it in the gaming industry with like extended edition, HD edition, shit like that.
Yeah.
It's lazy. It's fucking lazy.
But it's like saying to somebody... do you remember that, to bring it to video games... Star Wars Battlefront, that got into a real bunch of issues because they brought out a video game that you cannot play unless you're online. There was no single player.
Yeah.
Like, that's the same thing I feel with these movies. It's like, yeah, I know you went to the cinema, I know you paid your money, you bought your popcorn, but that's not the real movie. This real movie doesn't come out until you buy the DVD.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck you.
Yeah, it's bitchy. We want more money as well.
Yeah.
And if we made a mistake, we'll fix it in extended.
Exactly. It's like, you did make a mistake. You tried a movie
without
have some
fucking trust in your film.
Yeah, I don't know. I know this. Do you know how long it took them to write the script for this?
I remember you saying, but I don't know the exact time, no.
Take a guess. Take a shot in the dark.
The script for this?
Yeah. Written by the director, David Ayer. It was probably changed down the line, but from the time they said we need the movie script to when we're shooting the movie, how long do you think he had to write the script?
How long he had?
Yeah, they're saying like on this day, March 1st, whatever, we're going to start shooting in Toronto or whatever. They might not have said Toronto. They just said, we're going to shoot here. That's such a weird Eminem reference. Like, that song's got to be, 15, 20 years old?
I know, yeah. It's probably the only thing I could have left.
And like, this is another scene of like, look how cool they are. Look, they're getting their gear together.
And they're starting to show that other guy.
Yeah. He's a big deal. He's going to have a lot to do.
Grapple dude.
Yeah.
I don't know, did he have a year or something?
No. Wasn't a year.
Wasn't it a year?
So like they said, we're going to be shooting here. You're hired. Start writing a script. How long did he have?
I don't know. You're saying less or more?
He had 6 weeks.
6 weeks?
6 weeks to write the script.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
The whole unicorn thing as well. Just like what's going on? You know,
is it called bronies?
I don't know. It's weird. It's like
guys are like ponies.
It's a bit like back to Deadpool. You know, his unicorn or whatever he had in Deadpool.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. Just it's not funny in this. Like, the other thing about this team that just like, do you think the point of this team in the comics, Task Force X, is they're a bunch of supervillains who have no morals. They'll do whatever it takes to take a few years off their sentence. They can put in a horrible thing, and so we'll send them to do like the horrible moral issues of like, let's go kill the guy who started WikiLeaks. Let's go kill the guy who complained about the president. Yeah. All those like kind of weird grey areas. Yeah. They're the kind of guys you send to Guantanamo Bay to torture somebody because it's like, well, they're supervillains. Yeah. We couldn't stop them. It's that kind of like, holy shit, this is real like complicated political issues. But in this movie, the point of them getting together was like, everyone's afraid. What if Superman had been evil?
What would we have done to stop him?
Mm.
And they get these guys together. Do you think anyone on that team could stop Superman?
Not even first, you can go through them one by one, and none of them could actually do a thing. So,
No.
literally no one.
I think the only one who could is, spoiler alert, the one who dies. I was going to say El Toro. That's not his name. El Diablo.
Right.
The fire guy. Cause
Yeah.
I think his powers are magic. Superman doesn't like magic. We went over this.
Okay, yeah.
But he throws boomerangs and she has a baseball bat.
Mm.
And then they're supposed to go in and fight the Enchantress, who's this giant magical ancient being. And I'm like, why are you sending them in? Send him in because he's a good shot.
Mm.
But just send in soldiers.
Yeah, you don't need all these other fucking randoms.
Yeah,
you blatantly can't control either.
Oh, we're still not finished the introductions.
Oh yeah,
there's another one.
I was busy.
And the other thing is, she's supposed to be part of Flag's team. She looks like a hero. She looks like she's in costume. What is she supposed to be in this?
I don't know her character. What's the story there and stuff?
Do you need to know? It doesn't matter. She's not in it.
I don't care. I never looked it up after either.
They talk about it here. She fights criminals, but she also works for Rick Flag. Is she a soldier or she's not?
She's got my back.
Yeah, look at her. She's real badass.
Or he could just shoot her in the head.
That just comes out of nowhere. It just makes... For comic book guys, they're like, oh, cool, Katana's in it. She's got her magic sword that captures souls. Everyone else watches going, the fuck is that? We just had a scene with them all getting dressed and stuff. And then at the very last minute, we'll bring her in. And they talk about her magic sword, which never gets used. Now we have another crazy song.
Yeah.
And we have the Joker on the phone. And no one can see Harley's phone. And her special print leprechauns. I'm getting angry. I can feel it.
I know.
Because this is where the film just goes off the rails.
Yeah. It just gets worse and worse, unfortunately.
Yeah, from here on, it's just
it never
the
even
most...
started off well either.
It's just the most generic film from here on out. It's we're going to fight the bad guys. That's new.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing that, actually.
That was... See, that made the whole film make sense now. Yeah. That's why we didn't get to see that in the cinema.
My mistake. So now they're looking and they're going, holy shit. Because they haven't even been briefed properly, have they?
No, they don't know what's going on.
what they're going in for.
There you go. You jumped ahead of it. Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah, thanks for letting them know.
Yeah, you just look out the window.
Anything for $1. He's probably
I'm a soldier and you're a serial killer. The dialogue, like I said, it's just it's dealing with children.
Unfortunately, it is, man. That is exactly what the problem is as well.
It's tell me exactly what's happening. Now, who's shooting them down there?
So someone's shooting them down.
With a machine gun, apparently.
Yeah. Boom. There they go. Down in Toronto.
Yeah. That was the last thing they shot, apparently.
Yeah. I think I remember I heard that the helicopter was all destroyed downtown.
Yeah. Well, they shot it last in case anybody got hurt because they actually rolled them in the film.
Oh, yeah.
The film stops making sense at this point.
Yeah.
Beforehand, it was just it stopped having any feeling, but now it just stops making sense. Why is he lying to them? Why are they only sending in 2 choppers? And why has nobody decided just to fire a missile at the blue light?
Yeah.
Did no one talk about that? Get one of those AC 130.
Well, they got their fucking Google Maps and whatnot. Look over and see what's going on. Use your extreme satellite, zoom down, see who's around. Oh, we can see people moving.
Yeah.
No, we'll just send, these fucking randoms.
Yeah. It's we have these high-class Navy SEAL military guys, but what we really need is a guy with a boomerang and a girl with a baseball bat.
Of course.
Like, why did you send them in and the soldiers? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, we'll get to the end of it thing, but we can just jump ahead. The only person who helps is El Diablo. And the guy who blows up the bad guy is one of the soldiers. The Suicide Squad do shit all except fight Enchantress.
Sorry, I just want to see this guy.
Oh, yeah.
Go. See you later, mate. Does his head just come off?
Blows up, yeah. There's like a nano bomb in his neck or whatever.
Lovely, lovely.
Great joke there.
Now that's a killer.
Yeah. 99 cents at the App Store. Buy it now. Head lower. I can feel your energy. You're just like, you've sort of lost faith in the movie.
Yeah, the energy's gone. I mean, there was barely any anyway. But
there was barely any anyway. So you're just kind of watching it being like, it's like, to put an example, like, I know we're always being dicks and Marvel are paying us to do it, but you love Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, yeah.
If Guardians of the Galaxy was on, we would watch it and be like, that is great.
Yeah.
But now we're watching this, we already know what's going to happen. Like, what is there to look forward to? I'm genuinely asking. Like, I remember asking you that same question when we came out of this movie.
Yeah, yeah.
I said, you said, that was all right. And I said, what was a good scene, Al?
Yeah.
What was a good scene? Yeah. And you're like, I like the one where Will Smith is on the car shooting people.
He's shooting everyone. Yeah.
Out of a 2-hour movie, that's what you got from it. Will Smith shot some
that's what I got.
Ugly mud people.
And I'm still looking forward to that scene. Still looking forward to it.
After that, you're just going to walk in again.
Yeah. Anything to keep me going.
Like, there's another problem with this movie that's, again, if you aren't watching any, like, you come at it from, like, an overall point of view like I do, like, it's like, doesn't make sense in the DC universe. It's a waste of time for DC to try this. And there's also, like, the budget. Like, you know what the budget is for this movie? Like, look at what we're watching here. We're watching two guys walk down a dark alley at nighttime.
Yeah.
What's the budget for this movie?
Well,
yeah, the whole film from this point on is nighttime, in the dark,
they actually
raining.
never show it. Yeah. They never show it.
So,
daytime again.
and we're like, what, an hour in? Just less than an hour. So the next, literally half the movie takes place inside or at night, downtown Toronto. People just talking to each other and then CGI bit at the end. How much does this movie cost?
I don't know. I know it's a lot, but I really don't know.
This film cost $175 million.
Shit. They really blew the budget, didn't they?
Yeah.
I mean, the budget was probably $75 million.
Do you know what Doctor Strange cost?
No.
Less. $170 million.
Oh, really? And it had all that fucking...
all the CGI, the other worlds.
Yeah.
Like that big scene at the end where like he's fighting and everyone's like going in reverse.
Yeah.
And there's time and he's at the different locations. He goes to India. He's in like New York. He jumps through the space time and all this. Like you look at Doctor Strange, which is this huge big IMAX 3D thing. Whatever about the story about Doctor Strange, you look at it and you're like, this film is big and massive and a huge blockbuster. I look at this and I'm thinking, where'd your money go? Where did you spend that money? I know you got Will Smith in this, but he doesn't cost $50 million.
Do you reckon they're being cheeky and they're just doing it for profit? Like, they're just...
They just said it cost $175 million and took $10 million off the top. That's what I'd do. Like, even the bad guys can't have cost that much money. Because they're just normal people with blacky, muddy makeup on. Again, at night, in the dark. I just don't know where the money went. Like, and you shot this in Toronto because the exchange rate's better than in America. Which means if they had shot this in America, it would have cost $200 million. I don't know who's running DC's department, but I think it's like, if you've only got 6 weeks to prep, the only way of solving the problems you're going to come up against is throwing money at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like if you wrote a script and you took a year to write it, you'd figure out all the issues and all the problems. But if you've only got 6 weeks, it's like, oh crap, we need this and we need this. Like, oh, okay, spend more money. So to solve the problems that should have been easy to solve, you're having to throw money at the problem.
Yeah. That makes sense. That's what they fucking do.
It's definitely what they did. And it's not like anything that happens is amazing.
Will you go see what's your face in the cinema? Wonder Woman.
Oh,
Like it's in like the them destroying Batman vs Superman, pretty much destroying this one. Is it just defeated you and you're like, oh, I'll just buy it, or is it still? Because you're a comic book guy.
Yeah.
You're still a DC guy. Do you still have faith? You still want to like believe in them?
Well, like on the practical level, me and you are both going to have to go see it in the cinema so we can do it for the podcast.
It's true, yeah.
But if we didn't have the podcast and it was my choice, I genuinely would be on the fence.
Yeah. Is she someone that you're interested in?
I don't trust that Gal Gadot can do a good job.
Right.
I think Wonder Woman could have been an amazing character. She could have been the new Superman. She could have like broken out, been this huge big thing.
So you're not keen on who they chose for it?
No.
Who would you have chosen?
Oh, I don't know.
Just quickly.
Yeah, like I don't know who I like. Hell, get Margot Robbie. I don't know. Like it's not about she doesn't look the part. I think a lot of people had that. It's like, oh, she's too skinny. She doesn't look like she's a muscular woman. It's not the look. I just don't trust that she has the charisma,
right,
or the talent to hold a whole movie by herself.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like if you stick Will Smith in a movie by himself and you say, this is Will Smith's movie, you're like, oh yeah, he's got, like, I'll watch him for 90 minutes. But I don't know if I want to watch that actress. Having said that, I haven't seen her in anything. She's a bit in, Fast and Furious.
Yeah, that's about it. Were they dragging him off to kill him?
I don't know.
To capture him?
I don't know.
Because they could have just literally
Killed
shoved
him.
like their spike hand through his head and killed him.
It's real convenient that they're all running at them from one direction and didn't go around the street. Like, what the director's done is said, I have to make these guys look cool. Every time they kill one of these guys, I'll put it in slow-mo.
And also what he's done is, I can make them all look the same, so the same actor time and time again.
Like, they're wearing, like, rags and,
Like what?
I don't understand what they are. They're just black blobs, right?
Yeah.
That's all I see.
There's no
black
fear
blob.
there. It's just...
It's a video game.
Weird thing.
It's not even a good video game. It's like one of those scenes in Battlefield where it's like, quickly, man the gun. And like you have to get on the gun and you've got to keep shooting people for like 10 minutes.
I remember that scene being a lot better than it was, actually.
There you go.
I thought it was going to last for like another 10 seconds.
Well, that's why you said it to me. I'm like,
yeah.
Really? That scene where you get something...
Well, I don't mind that. Still, but don't put my scene down.
Don't put my scene down. I know you wrote that. Like, if I was a soldier, like, it'd be great to have a girl like that hanging out. But at the same time, I'm like, why am I risking my ass for this girl with a baseball bat?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Jai Courtney as Captain Boomerang, he just gets it. He understands the kind of movie he should be in. Like the jokes, he never has a scene. I think that's the thing. He never has a scene where he's trying to do anything other than be that kind of character.
Right.
Whereas everybody else has to. Like, Flag has to act like, oh, like you said, he's like, he does a good job. He's like, oh, don't give in. I love you. I have to try. Will Smith has to be like, I'm this man's daughter. I'm doing this for her.
Yeah.
Harley Quinn's got to be like, Joker left me and all that. Like, everyone else has to try and play a serious movie. He only has to play a comedy movie. And I think that's why he stands out for me. Because he never has to do any other kind of material.
Sure. Yeah.
Whereas everybody else is in like 2 different types of movies. And they keep flip-flopping back and forth. It's like, you're just a hitman who kills for a credit card. And then he's like, says that, but then he's supposed to have this big emotional thing. Like, he carries around his daughter's letters.
Right.
Do you know? Remember that? Yeah. I'm like, what?
That's right. Yeah.
What are you talking about, man?
Yeah, he's got them all this time, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So.
This whole time. And this is another thing of, I don't know.
It's just ridiculous. It's just walking in there. It's like, oh, okay.
Like, in terms of when you write a bad guy, like, I understand, like, this thing that she's making is dangerous. And I understand that she's making an army of these guys. But you still haven't explained to me why someone hasn't just got a fighter jet, flown overhead, and blown the shit out of her. Or at least tried.
Well, yeah. But the thing is, you think they'd have drones. You think they'd have F-16s flying over. You know, you think they'd have, like, a fucking, like, Navy vessel ready to bomb the whole fucking city.
Like, you know how the guy gets killed at the end. You know, the thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's a bomb. It's just a bomb.
That's the thing, yeah. Like,
it's about the size of that laptop.
But they could have done it at any time.
Yeah.
So.
Like, you don't send in, like, a special SEAL team on the ground. You just send in, like, 5 jets. And they all fire a missile from 40 miles out. Which they can do. Or not even jets. Instead of drones. Just like, okay, send 20 drones. Yeah. They can't knock them all down. Yeah, like, we're at the point in the movie where none of it makes me care what's happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't care about Flag because I never got to see him and the girl be related and, like, have an emotional connection.
Yeah.
I don't care about Smith and his daughter because he killed a man for $2 million. He's not somebody who's out to protect his daughter.
Yeah.
I don't care about Joker because, again, we haven't seen him for 20 minutes.
You're literally right. We haven't fucking seen this guy for so long.
And the mission is a pile of piss. Because it's like, we have to get up there, we have to get out the special person and get them out. And then we find out it's Amanda Waller. And I was like, I thought they were going to do something cool. I thought, like, she was in Washington looking at them.
Yeah.
And and whoever was in there is going to be like a cameo, like a special cameo of, like, a superhero.
Yeah.
Oh, that's new.
Is this?
This is new. This is definitely new. What?
Oh, yeah.
This is definitely new. She's chasing it. We've gone stone silent because we're like, maybe this will save the movie. No. Apparently she's... What? What is going on?
The fuck is this?
It's the dialogue just telling you, oh, this is what's happening. She's doing this and she loves him. Don't show us it. Just, like, tell us. Like, this is terrible writing. I'm just watching this being like, really? I bet she's going to kill that guy. I bet you, Alex.
Dickface.
Oh, she killed him. That's pretty cool. I'm trying to watch it to see, like, what kind of Joker he is. Oh, there we go. Imagine if he shot himself there. That would have been amazing.
And it's over.
That is a movie and a half. That's something I did not see in the extended cut. They took a risk. Like, I wonder if we're going to see Margot Robbie's ass in this a bit more. Like, that's the thing. Like, that shot there, it's very nice. But, like, you just showed a scene where it's supposed to be her being emotional and the Joker lets her down. And then you cut to it like, look at her butt. Like, pick a fucking movie. Pick a movie. Pick a tone. Are they still walking down Young Street here?
It looks like it, yeah.
You got any facts for me from the movie? I've got more facts than you have this time around.
I don't actually, no. I'll look some up.
No, forget it.
Quiz you.
This is new too.
I don't, like...
You've lost all track of what's going on.
No, I just don't recognise it. Like, it's just blending all into one. The other scene where she shot the guy out of the lorry, for sure.
No, this is definitely new because it's like, oh, we're getting more of like her talking to the characters.
I liked seeing her shoot the guy though. I thought
that was nice.
That was actually pretty good. So
that's what I mean about that's a good character moment because that's her doing something rather than saying it, being like, I've passed all your trials, all your initiations.
Yeah.
Oh, don't show us that. Don't show us that interesting shit. Just say it in dialogue. That's Young Street. I'm going to send a tweet out to all our people. Why is she wearing a mask? Yeah, this is all new. Like, I've lost track of, like, there's no tension in the movie, is there?
It's a free-for-all, basically.
Yeah. So there's a question for you. If they were going to say, all right, Wonder Woman does great, Justice League, they turn it around, they figure out how to make everything work, solve everyone's problems, I give it a great review, you give it a great review.
Sure.
And they say, oh, next year we're bringing out a new Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Would you tell them, well, back the fuck off, don't go back there?
It depends how well, like the others, like, yeah, if we reviewed it great, then yes, I would like to see one. I'd rather see another Suicide Squad than Batman v Superman. So, like, I don't want to see a number 2 of those. So I don't
imagine they did that.
I don't know how they would
Batman v Superman 2.
Like, I don't know how.
This time it's personal.
This time
it's like
for real.
Yeah. Hey, Lois, I did it.
Yeah, it just turns into the fucking Rockies.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, if we reviewed it well, like all the other films, like you said, then yes, I wouldn't mind. So, because someone fucking fixed it.
Because, like, the rumor is that they're going to give Harley her own movie, or they're going to put her in with, I think it's Poison Ivy and Catwoman.
Okay.
But again, like, all of this screams to me that the people at DC are like,
how did they not see her go in there? Like, these guys are,
Well, they don't even see her when she's on the phone. Yeah, these are top class SEALs.
She's also fairly good looking, so you'd be keeping an eye on her.
Yeah. And they keep showing her ass.
Yeah. This is where we get the jelly.
But this is the logic thing of, like, why was that thing on the roof of the elevator? Why didn't know it was there?
Yeah.
First time you're watching the movie, you don't think of these things. Second time you're watching it being like, what is going on? Where are all the monsters attacking from? I thought she had an army of these things. And again, it's another one of those songs of like, oh, swing batter batter song because she's got a baseball bat. It's like between the music and the fast editing, they're trying to make you forget that nothing's happening.
And they all got up there and they were waiting.
Yeah. Now don't forget.
So how many floors did they go up there?
Yeah, they sprinted up there and waited for her. Because A, they're that fast, and B, they knew what floor she was going to.
Yeah.
Now, Alex, we're in an office. They've got guns, and she's got a baseball bat, and one of them's kind of strong, and the other one is a boomerang. And
so
he's
they're going to be okay. They're going to be okay.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is $175 million.
But you got the
I'm going to keep saying for the
jelly face men with warts on them. Now he's putting a mask on just to impair his vision. Well, I guess he's got the thing on, actually.
He's got the eye on the wrong thing. Anyway. The rumour is that that's not Will Smith now in the mask.
Yeah, I would.
That it was reshoots and he wasn't available.
I wouldn't believe it. Yeah, I'd totally believe that.
But why wouldn't he come back for this $175 million amazing movie?
He's got better things to do.
Like, when you say $175 million, you're expecting
him anymore. So,
like, You're expecting that Doctor Strange level of CGI. You're expecting the two towers. You're expecting something major. And here we have an office and people fighting.
Why has that guy got a lot of cash on him? Like, why didn't they just chuck him and say, no, you're not bringing this?
Don't ask me questions about this movie. I've already given up. Like, what are they doing that a regular bunch of soldiers wouldn't do?
I do like that he got captured again.
Yeah. Well,
But the thing is, though, you know how ruthless they are. Like, why don't they just stick something in his head and just kill him straight away?
No, like Flag they
I
don't
guess
want to kill because the Enchantress wants him?
Right, yeah, that's it, yeah. That's what I was asking before, is like, yeah, they are just dragging him up on it.
Yeah. But it's also a case of, like, why would she want him? Like, June
And also,
still in there?
this is like a scene I really, really don't like, where basically, this here. It's like, this whole time, you know that this flame guy has been there.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, just save it for the special effects budget. We're going to blow everyone away.
How many of these do we get?
Yeah, so,
You get one.
Yeah. Okay.
So we'll do one.
Yeah, you want to see something? I'll show you something. You know, so predictable.
But the other thing is, like, you go from him being in this little capsule, and we know his story is that, like, he killed his children and his wife.
Yeah.
And the only thing it took for him to lose it was Will Smith going, hey, homie, when are you going to do something?
Yeah.
It's like, I'll show you something. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? There you go. You're a big man. Big man, Will Smith. You tapped the guy in the head and now he burnt a bunch of...
Burnt it.
Like, that's the other thing is that they're regular people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That she's turned into those monsters. There could have been something interesting with that.
Yeah.
The fact that none of these guys care that they're killing. Like, even just a small moment of, like, Rick Flag being like, hey, don't hurt everybody. We should avoid the problem. Like, when there was that first attack and they just run in and go, who gives a shit? And you realize, like these guys aren't like the soldiers.
Yeah.
Like, just have that bit of a difference of, like, the soldiers don't want to kill anybody because they're innocent people. But these guys just barrel right through and will kill innocent people. Like,
What do you think of this scene, anyway?
Well, I was just going to say, like, we're an hour and 15 into the movie. We're still doing story. We're still doing backstory.
Yeah.
We're still doing flashbacks. Like, what is that? I don't like flashbacks to begin with. I think it's lazy.
Right.
Unless it's done really well, like really smart. Like The Usual Suspects, the whole movie's a flashback.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's not, and it is, and it's not. It's like one of those things, like what's real, what's not.
Yeah.
So that's the point of it. But this is just like, oh, let's take a moment. Let's have Harley look at a bike. Let's have Harley look downstairs. Let's show her and the Joker again so we can get more Jared Leto in it. It's like, why are you showing us her backstory an hour into the movie?
It's basically cutting the mood of the film as well.
Yeah.
Because you're like in a high intense scene and now you're back here, you know, slow.
Well,
and then you're going to jump back to them again where they're going to probably be just chatting away.
You say high intense scene. They didn't have a high intense scene. What they had was an action scene.
Flamed everyone.
Yeah. They had an action scene, and then before they can get to the next action scene, because there's no tension, they have to fill it in with this. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Like, between getting from this action scene to the next action scene, nothing's going to happen in the real time. So they have to put in a flashback.
Yeah.
But, like, you watch a movie like...
Imagine if he missed.
Yeah.
Bounced off the
side. Bang against the wall and dead. Like, I was going to say Mad Max is a good example. Like, in Mad Max, you always know what's going on, where they're trying to get to. Like, they're on the run. There's a chase happening. There's always tension in that movie. It's like 100 mile an hour all the time.
Yeah.
So they don't go from what's happening and cut to something else. Because the audience will be like, hey, what are you doing? I'm interested in what you're saying. Don't change the channel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what happened here. It's like they're flicking the channels. Like, you know what? I don't like this story. What's on the other channel? Because it's like an ad break. It's like, we've had a fight. Let's have an ad break. Let's do something. Let's go back.
Yeah.
Let's wait till the ads are over and we'll go back to the main story. Whereas if you're telling a really great story, you never cut from it. Because the audience they would kill you. Like, could you imagine, like, in the middle of, like, your favorite movie, it just cut to something else that didn't have anything to do with the movie?
Yeah.
You'd be like, why are you running it? What's happening? You would freak out. But in this movie, because there's no emotional investment in what's happening, we don't give a shit that they keep cutting around.
Right.
And that's the thing I was saying, like, if you don't have your brain on, you're just watching it, it just cuts from thing to thing. You're like, okay, we're doing this now, we're doing that now. But if you're watching the movie, you're like, you're not telling me a story and you're trying to cover it up by cutting all this other shit in. Like, none of this matters. And then we get to the point where it's just, oh, she was in the control tower the whole time. It's like, what the fuck is that about?
Yeah.
Don't understand the goddamn fucking film at all. I don't understand the logic of it. Like, the blue light has been going now for 2 days.
The thing in the sky. Yeah. You'd think
they've done something.
Like you said, bombed it or whatever.
Yeah, bombed it, or like even the bad guys. Like, we watching this. I speak English. We watching this. We have no idea what she's trying to do. Like, later on, she captures Amanda Waller and she uses her information. Like, why would you kill these people? It makes no sense. Like, why would you hire people that don't have fucking clearance? You stupid bitch. She's a mean bitch, but she's stupid. But yeah, I was saying, like, the bad guy gets Amanda Waller, it gets into her brain, and then he uses her brain to target all the high areas. So was it... But if it didn't have her, what was it going to do? You know what I mean? Like, what was the plan of creating this machine to kill the people? I'm asking, Alex, tell me.
I just don't have the answers.
You were there for the 6 weeks that they were writing this.
I was in the room trying to persuade him not to.
You and David Ayer, you were like, oh, you know what we should have? We should have a scene that makes no sense. I love it. Cut to it. We'll cut back.
This is where they all find out. It's just like, this bitch.
Yeah, this bitch made us come and save her.
Yeah.
Which, to me, makes me wonder why she sent them to bring her out. Because all they do now, if I'm correct, is they go to the roof and order a helicopter.
Right.
Why did they have to spend, let's say 2 hours?
Yeah.
Getting her out.
That's true.
Like, I don't...
Just get to the fucking helicopter.
This is what I mean, like, if you're watching the movie and you're just not paying attention, it's fine. But everything from the moment they go to the city, the helicopter's on the roof. Why did she...
Why did she even need them?
Why did she need them?
Yeah.
Like, I know they killed all the monsters on the floors going up.
But they could have shown a scene that she was, like, trapped in the room. Or
exactly.
Like that.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, do the reverse of, like, just bring the helicopter to the roof and go down and get her.
Yeah.
Like, I know their helicopter got shot down. I get that.
Yeah.
But this one didn't. This one also has the Joker in it. Like, the coincidences just go... It's just the whole film.
And why wasn't this helicopter shot down with the rest of them as well?
Yeah.
I know it's the Joker's, but the alien dudes don't.
But no, it's not even like it's the Joker's helicopter. The Joker, he's in the helicopter that he knew would get called to save Amanda Waller, which he knew that Harley would be at.
Yeah.
It's another one of those Lex Luthor things of like, how would he know that?
It's like impossible.
And like he went to the military base that's across the water, got into the helicopter, got control of the communications, and nobody on the communications said, oh, by the way, that helicopter's got the Joker in it. One of our helicopters has lost contact. Like, none of this makes sense.
Yeah.
And he's trying to blow up the thing in her head when he's got a gun in his hand.
Do it. Just
shoot her. Shoot the Joker. Like, all of the film falls apart now. This is why, this is where I freak out from this moment on when they save Amanda. Like, if she had been someone else in that room, she had been someone cool. Like, I don't even know who could have been. The Riddler or fucking anybody. Like, the Riddler's like the special government secret, you know. In this universe, he's the code man. He knows all the codes. He's like Sherlock. He's like a genius. He's like Mycroft. They go to the Riddler because he knows how to break all the codes and do all the things. I'm like, oh, cool. They brought in a character from the comics and whatever. But no, it's just Amanda Waller. None of it makes sense. All the characters from this moment on make no sense. Why doesn't he shoot her?
Yeah.
And why doesn't he shoot the Joker?
Well, he's kind of grown a connection to her.
No, he hasn't.
Well,
show me a scene where they had the last thing he said to her, stop acting like a drunken stripper.
But he was connecting.
He was connecting, yeah.
That was him connecting.
When she pulled a gun to him on the stairs.
Because he was being a leader. He wanted to be a leader.
But even if, like, okay, he missed, all right? He missed on purpose.
Yeah.
How did she know to fake being dead? Why would she fake being dead?
True, yeah.
Like,
that's just silly. Yeah.
This is everything from here on out is me just rambling because none of it makes sense.
I do like this lady here just shot her whole team inside.
Yeah,
like ruthlessly. So when she was walking up to the helicopter, and she should have just got a gun and just shot her as she was walking up. Like she just let her walk and jumped for the rope.
The characters don't make sense.
If
anymore.
she's that ruthless that she would shoot her own FBI team,
she like shoot.
Do you
Harley.
not think she would just shoot Harley as she was walking up to the thing?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I don't get any of the movie from this point on. Like, none of it makes sense.
Well, there we go. I was expecting him to get shot down.
It's another helicopter getting shot down. Like, who's shooting?
But also,
down?
these guys are very, very, they're pretty okay with the thing that's on fire.
Yeah. But it's also a case of if, like, she survives. That's real. That's a great fucking landing from a helicopter.
Yeah, she was falling down backwards.
Yeah. How does he get out of that?
That is a burning helicopter.
Yeah, he's the Joker. He's just a crazy man.
Yeah.
That's it. He's not super strong. He can't leap over buildings. He's not super fast.
Yeah.
He was wearing a tuxedo. He didn't even have, like, armor on. Didn't even have a helmet or a bike helmet on. Like, this is literally where my brain has an aneurysm because none of this makes sense. And I know the film only had 6 weeks to write it, but some of this stuff is just like balls out stupid.
Pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Because everything that, like you said, is bad with it. Like the cheese.
Yeah.
That goes right up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like even that moment where Deadshot doesn't shoot her. Like there's another helicopter.
Off she goes.
A helicopter that goes down. What kind of helicopter goes down, Alex?
I don't know.
Isn't the point of flight the miracle of birds that they go up? No, it gets shot down by him who's standing in the right spot.
Of course.
It just cannot deal with this movie after they save Waller. It's like the director just said, you know what, screw it. Doesn't matter, just make it really loud. Make a lot of special effects.
I can see the hatred.
It's $175 million. We're looking at dark guys at night walking towards a dark screen. Like, I can't see, like, none of it matters. Oh, God. Well, maybe next time you send a helicopter pilot, tell him to go up in his helicopter. Don't go across the city where people have been blown up.
That's right. He's got the Marines. The Marines that can do the job. The human beings.
Just like everyone else in teams are human beings.
It's true, yeah. The rest of them are.
Oh, so now you got to go save Waller.
Croc boy.
Oh, thank God it's starting to rain. Gives everyone an emotion.
Yeah.
Like, none of this film works from here on out. These aren't the kind of guys who should be fighting big bad monsters. They're not the kind of personalities like her who can act like this is a Guardians of the Galaxy thing.
Mm. She also just fell from a fucking helicopter.
Yeah. Not only she fell, I just realised that she fell from a helicopter, landed on the roof, Then she went down to the street level to hang out.
Yeah, she's on top of... Well, she is crazy. So
no, like, I can understand, like, she's lonely.
Yeah.
And then she's like, look at me, everything's fine.
You can kind of give her a pass. I know it's not acceptable, but you can give the pass because she's crazy.
Yeah.
So, whereas everyone else, like the director...
Yeah. No, I can understand that, like, the Joker's dead, she's heartbroken.
Yeah.
So she goes back to have some comfort.
And also...
But there's no connection that I buy between any of these people. Like, these two guys...
Deadshot and her, I see something, but that's about it.
But those two don't give a fuck.
No.
They talk to her once.
The Croc hasn't even been featured at all.
No. In this extended cut, she talks to him once. And this guy's got serious dependency issues.
Fucking useless.
Like, I'm never going to use my powers again. Oh shit, he tapped me on the head. I'm going to use my powers and kill people.
Yeah.
And he's like, I miss my family. I'm never going back to that life. And, you know, later on he's like, I'm not losing another family. You've known them for about 4 hours.
And what's this geezer been doing? Like, what's
for
his
2
problem?
days.
Yeah.
2 days.
It took you 2 days to fucking do that?
Yesterday night is when they started in the subway. Then it's the daytime when they land outside the city and get all their gear.
Yeah.
Listen to Eminem. And then we're on the next night. So in 2 days, they've done nothing. And we don't know what they're trying to do until they have Amanda Waller.
Yeah.
And it's pure coincidence that Amanda Waller is in the city that she's in. Like, and why wasn't if she's in that building and the bad guys knew that they were in the building and the monsters are in that building, why weren't they knocking down the door?
I don't have the answers for.
You've got to.
It's
your one job
answers.
Is to make sense of my mental breakdowns when we do these.
I wish I could help you.
Oh God! Can we release a different commentary track? Can we release like the Hot Fuzz one?
The answers.
The answers commentary track. I knew we should have done a podcast this week and not this. Like that's just left. Oh God!
Top secret. They're all off to a bar right now as well, aren't they?
I know.
They're all off to the bar. Oh, this is where all the letters are.
The letters.
Yeah.
That he's been carrying around for the whole fucking movie.
I've got these.
I've turned into the Joker. I've lost it. I can understand the joke. The whole world is a joke. Let's have another flashback to a scene we've already happened. Oh my God. I've lost it. I've lost it completely.
He's done. Paul's done here, guys. It's just going to be me.
This film broke me.
It's just going to be me for the rest of the podcast. So.
Set for 2 seconds. You just press and drop it. Oh my God.
She bolted.
I don't understand why that particular moment has to be re-shown. You know? It's like, oh, he screwed up. He didn't screw up. She betrayed him.
Well, yeah. It's pretty fucking hard to predict a woman like that.
Yeah. She's a crazy archaeologist who rips the heads off ancient artifacts. That's not usually what you do. It's like walking into a gallery and pissing on a painting. It's like, no, I'm an art critic. Are you really? Oh yeah, I went crazy and Alex has decided to fucking leave me. Well, if everyone else is going to have a drink, I'm going to have one too. Oh, he found a photo of them together. If you were going to tie this into Batman, Superman, surely the best way of going about it, don't call me Shirley, is you have Lex Luthor's plan where he did some weird stuff in Africa who may or may not have helped that warlord get his power because he was setting up Lois for his... Look, I'm not getting into Lex's crazy plan. But they had the Africa situation. They had the Superman... You know, he blew up the Senate situation you do have a lot of political issues that would have arisen from, the crashed spaceship in India, from the fact that the Americans in Metropolis had the spaceship and created a new monster, the nuclear attack. All of that could have played into this movie, and yet the only thing they reference is, Superman, what if he had been bad? They could have been sent on a mission that directly affected the universe that comes after it. I'm thinking specifically it would have made the Wonder Woman storyline a little bit more modern. Like, setting it in World War I is cool, shows she's immortal, but it robs the story of any emotional heft, because you know that whatever person she saves back then, they're dead by now. Whatever person she fell in love with back then, he's dead by now. Whatever happens in World War I, we know things work out because she comes back later on to fight Doomsday. If you had kept her at a Batman Superman, kept her in this universe, your through line would have been Batman v Superman, a reference to Themyscira, possibly, Doomsday lands on Themyscira or near it. Suicide Squad are sent out on a political mission that affects Themyscira. That's what brings Wonder Woman out into the world for the Wonder Woman movie, which leads to the Justice League movie. Because then you have to tie in between the fact that Batman captured the Suicide Squad. Maybe Wonder Woman thinks he had something to do with it, or she respects him because he didn't have anything to do with it. But that's just my ideas off the top of my head. It's not like I've got 6 weeks to come up with this shit. Or $1 million billion. They're still in the bar, Alex. Just in case you don't remember, like, the whole movie has stopped dead. So they can have a conversation in the bar. Oh, and Will Smith doesn't kill women or children, so everything's okay.
Oh, okay. So, you mean that makes everything so much better.
It's fine if you're paid to kill other human beings, as long as they're not, got different genitalia, or they don't have a certain age, the age restriction. Like, how tight do you think he is on that restriction? Like, do you think it's like, if you're 17, you're fine, but if your birthday is 18, like at midnight, does he shoot you in the head?
I reckon he's a man that would do that.
Yeah, he's very, like, and that wavers, like, in certain countries, age of consent is 16. So, is he going to kill someone who's 16 in Germany, but only 19 in the US?
Well, why not?
And
Did you ban all these people?
So not only have we stopped the movie dead to have a conversation, now we're having another flashback to a character we've already seen. An hour and a half into the movie.
Goodness me.
The film is designed to drive me insane, right?
I think so.
That's what DC have done. They've created this series of movies that if you watch the extended cuts, you become the Joker.
I've got to be honest, this is why I started this up. To see you in pain.
Just me,
See, you in pain is what makes me happy.
I'm definitely getting a damaged tattoo on my head after this.
Birthday present.
No, it's just me. There's a hidden camera watching me have a breakdown.
He's been watching the last hour and 45.
Yeah, there's a big thing about tattoos. Everyone's got to get tattoos in this.
What, in this film?
Yeah. Like, he feels bad, but earlier on he broke it and killed somebody.
Mm.
And like even that little moment there with Boomerang, he's in this scene that's very intense, but he reacts to it exactly how you would expect his comedy character to react, where he's just like, oh shit, that's pretty hardcore. Like, the film, I don't understand this point of the film either, where she's like,
own it.
Yeah, own it. How dare you?
It's a real awkward conversation to be honest.
Yeah. Especially because the film starts by introducing her saying she was an accomplice in killing Robin.
Mm.
Like,
that's right.
She kills children.
Yeah.
She shoots a man in the chest in this.
Mm.
She shot other people. Like, and this joke makes it so pointless. Because apparently he had a whole other subplot where he was like, because he was an outcast, he learned to love himself and all this. Now, was he standing outside for the last 10 minutes? Just crying?
I think he's thinking about things.
Just laughing and crying out there.
He's thinking about things. He knows that he's got to make a decision. So.
You just feel like...
What's his colour say? He's just wearing a jersey, but I am what?
I am the judgment or something, I think.
Is that what it says?
Yeah.
So it's his own custom thing?
I am the... yeah, it's his own thing. I should have paid more attention because it's more interesting now. Now I'm just going to focus on Will Smith's neck.
The other thing is, they're in this bar.
Even though he does look like
where
Uncle
are these
Phil.
fucking jelly aliens? Whatever.
Yeah.
Are they not just like in a horde outside, just bust the place, or at least come in at all directions and just kill them all?
Well, this
Like,
is like this.
around.
No, like this film. Like I said, from the point
They're
that
literally
Amanda
just-
Waller gets rescued makes no sense.
Yeah.
Like they get into the building where the blue light is. There's no monsters. Not one. Like if you're any type of military expert or sane person, oh god, there's the fucking letters. You went into a war zone carrying letters from a girl for a hitman that you've insulted and lied to.
The only bit I would kind of...
He asked the same question the audience is, you had letters from my daughter the whole time.
I'll defend it by saying that maybe, from his point of view, it might be his like little vice, as in like, oh, if it comes to it, and this guy's great at Deadshot, but if he turns against me, maybe I can show him these.
But look, that's what he says there. He's like, oh, his thing says, I am the light. Now Deadshot's a hero. You killed a man for $2 million. Your daughter has seen the Batman punch you in the face. You're not a good guy. You're not getting rescued for
the
doing
guy that
this.
he killed for $2 million was an evil bastard.
I don't care.
So
like it's like that's why this is supposed to work, because they operate in the grey area. But instead of doing that, they're just like, oh, we're going to make this into a low rent Justice League. This is like a cheap Avengers. And why does he come back?
They're in so much
He has
trouble.
the best character moment in the whole movie.
Guardians of the Galaxy is just going to trump this.
Yeah.
And that's like a team that we all love as well. Sorry, don't want to bring up Marvel.
No, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, it's coming out this year. It's gonna, like, here we are again, at night, in the dark, low light, $175 million. This is the only thing he does with his goddamn boomerang. He's got a camera on it.
Oh my god.
And again, they're just walking right up to this thing. You know what I mean? It's just, this film, it's lost all sensibility at this point.
It's getting bad.
I wonder if he's got letters from anybody else in his jacket. Joker must write letters to Harley.
Do we see the Joker anymore?
Oh, I should have mentioned that. That's perfect time to bring up, Leto being a crazy bastard.
Yeah.
Do you remember if you heard the stories of what he did when he was like getting into character and stuff for 6 months?
I don't think so.
Like he was doing things like he'd walk around New York laughing at people and trying to figure out what's the craziest laugh, the most disturbing laugh. Then he was doing things like he'd send gifts to all the people. He sent bullets to Will Smith. Jeez. He sent a rat to Margot Robbie. Then apparently he was sending used condoms to people. Like, what the hell?
Stupid, isn't it?
And like this guy can now, there's Bay Street, Toronto. So now he can swim like a crocodile in this weird, flappy, runny thing. But yeah, Jared Leto. The thing about being a method actor is like I can get it to a point. I don't think, like, if you're going to be a method actor, like I can't even keep up with the movie. It's so crazy to tell my story.
She's talking to this fucking sword.
Yeah, because it has her husband in it. And it's
I
like, but none of that makes sense. It doesn't happen.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
But I was saying, like, real quick, like, great method actor like Daniel Day-Lewis who goes out and wins a bunch of Oscars. You know, he'll go out and learn how to be a cobbler. He'll go out and learn how to fix shoes if he's going to be a shoemaker in a movie. I don't think Daniel Day-Lewis has ever gotten to the point of fucking around with other people.
Yeah.
Like, I know that when he did Lincoln, one of the things is, like, people on set would call him Mr. President. But that was just like because he's in character and he wants to act like the president.
Sure.
I don't think at any point he went around telling people what to do like he was the president.
Right.
If you're playing the Joker, you do what you have to do to get your lines and get your character. But when you start sending shit to people, like dead animals, I think he sent a dead pig to the whole crew or whatever. It's like, that's not acting anymore, mate. That's fucking harassment. that's a crime. Like, what I'm saying is, if he wasn't Jared Leto, like if anybody else had tried that, like Will Smith or Margot Robbie had tried that, everyone would be going nuts. Be like, Will Smith lost it.
Do you think he did it because of him, his character, or do you reckon he did it because of Heath Ledger? Because Heath Ledger got into character?
Yeah. Well, I know, like...
He was known to get into character too much that it's possible that that's why...
Yeah, he got a bit messed up, yeah.
Do you reckon that Jared Leto was like, well, I've got to do a similar thing as in get into character? Or do you think he did it because... I don't really know Jared Leto, so I guess...
Like, he's won the Oscar.
He's pretty
he played a AIDS victim, so
he's alternative already. Like, he's like...
Yeah.
But why do you think he did that? Do you think he did it for the press? Or do you reckon he was just trying to be cool movie style, as in like, I'm going to do all these things?
Yeah, it's one of those things of...
I think it's fucking stupid.
Yeah, but that's the thing, like, based on the movie we get, like, Heath Ledger gets an Oscar for his performance.
Yeah.
And creates one of the best characters in cinema history.
It was genuine, because he wasn't trying to build himself off someone else. Well, you could say...
But I mean, like, if Leto had done a job that we're all sitting here being like, that's amazing, maybe we wouldn't work so hard on him. But it's like...
But he's not in it.
Yeah.
He's not in the film.
You spent 6 months getting ready for 10 minutes. I can understand from his point of view he's pissed off.
Yeah.
But I don't understand how he justifies screwing around with other people.
Yeah.
Like, that's not acting, mate. Like, you're getting paid to be an actor. You're not getting paid to harass people.
This is fucking bollocks right now. Like, the whole...
They just walked in. They just literally walked in.
It's fucking bollocks, mate. I'm upset.
And don't remember any of this movie.
I'm trying to... I don't want to remember the next...
Don't remember to forget that Killer Croc and the other Navy guys are swimming at this point.
A croc can swim like a croc.
Yeah, but this is what I mean. Like, these guys are walking to this place.
Yeah.
And they're swimming. Like, this is what I mean about bad editing.
What's he doing? He's
like, the timeline is gone. He must be. A croc wank. A crank.
A crank.
He's having a crank.
I like it.
Have a lovely crank.
She's got this glowing heart.
She knows they're there now. She's talking to them and making them see things. It's like, oh, he killed the Batman. He's free. He can do what he wants. He can live how he wants. She gets to live how she wants with the dishwasher and the normal family, and, you know, she can get in their heads.
Yeah.
She can sense when they're there. She can kill them instantly. And she doesn't. Where are all the goop faces?
She just wants to play with them, though. Like, she wants to play with them. She wants to keep them going. She's got that energy of, oh, you know, what if they could be on my side?
Absolutely, I agree with you.
Them?
I agree. Like, that makes sense for the 30 seconds this is happening.
Yes.
But for the hour and a half before this and the scene after, that doesn't make sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I guess this is more it's not a flashback right now. I guess this is a dream sequence. Like, this is what they could have if they listened to her. But at the same time, how? Like, these people are dead. Joker is dead. This woman's dead. Those children are dead. Like, what is she promising them here? Like a fake world? A dream world? Kill them. Kill them now.
Yeah. No, you don't want that.
No, man, we're family. We're going to believe together, fam.
So, what PG is this? Is this
PG-13.
13?
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, like...
Now she does her weird dancey things when she's talking to them. She's got a weird English.
They're talking to her 13 audience.
Yeah, man.
You got Logan, rated R. How glad were you to hear that?
I'm actually reading that. I'm
It's
right
awesome.
now.
Yeah.
On live podcast, Rant and Bollox
So that's
exclusive.
rated R.
I am happy that that's rated R.
Yeah.
Might get to hear, what was it? Captain Picard say fuck.
Oh yeah. The end. She's fucking 14 and I'm...
Now this thing in the subway killed everybody in seconds.
Yeah.
He destroyed an entire subway.
He's having a bit of trouble.
Now he can't hit anybody.
Having a bit of trouble, mate.
They're still swimming.
Oh, they're still swimming, yeah, of course.
Oh, that's where the bad guys are. The three of them in the water.
You're Boomerang.
Boomerang did shit all. You're really going to be good against Superman. Yeah.
You and your Boomerang.
He's not suited for this world. Look, she's got the magic sword. It works great.
Lovely.
Does nothing.
Does look like he can grow his shit back.
Everything here is terrible. Like, this is cool what he does, but emotionally it's worthless. Like, this is my family. I'm not going to lose another family. What are you talking about?
I know.
Deadshot smacking you over the head.
Worst. Yeah, come on, mate. He's made of metal.
Oh, like why aren't they dead? They're just regular people. Kill them.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is
like this thing he turns into. It's on, bitch. It's like that's the audience is trying to hit with that.
Yeah.
And I think what this movie does is it, for some people out there, I hope that who saw Batman Superman, who try and defend it as being, deep or dark or whatever, and then they see this movie, I hope that they realize that DC are absolute pricks. And the only thing they care about is making as much money as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
They don't care about your characters. They don't care about giving you a good story. They don't care about all these people that we love. All they care about is like, what's going to make us money? Oh, Batman Superman didn't work? Well, let's make this one stupid and goofy and they're badasses and they're doing cool, crazy stuff and put on lots of pop music. Let's make money quickly. You know what I mean? It's like Warner Brothers don't give a fuck about us. They don't care what kind of movie they bring out. And that's why I wonder if Wonder Woman's going to be any good.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the trailer is looking great.
The new one I haven't seen.
I feel like it's just... No, I haven't seen that one. The one just before it.
Oh yeah, the first one I've seen. But it's all action. I haven't seen her do anything to make me think she's going to be a great character.
Yeah, you mentioned a couple of things in the last episode about it. But,
yeah.
It does look good from that, but I have a feeling it's going to be another one of these where they've edited it all together, they've made it look awesome, and then their film comes out and you're like, ooh.
Like, that's another problem with DC movies now. Like, we talk about credibility. Like, they don't have any credibility. When you, like you said, like, if you see a trailer for DC movies now, you're like, hang on. You guys have screwed me over twice.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
And you've brought out 2 movies and then made it 2 extended cuts. It's like, why am I going to trust you on the 3rd movie or the 4th movie? Like, could you imagine if Wonder Woman comes out and a week later said there'd be an extended R-rated cut? People would lose their fucking minds.
It just annoys me, man, so much that her spell is complete after her brother just died. Like, it pisses me off.
Yeah.
It's just like, well, your brother's a dickhead then.
It's also that she can do this and destroy...
She just did it right then.
Look at all that. She can do all that.
Yeah.
She can't kill 6 people in a row.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. She's using Amanda to see everything in front. It's like, yeah, but why? Why does she care about the US government?
You've got a threat right in front of you.
Yeah. Kill them or summon more of them. Maybe they have killed all the goop monsters. I don't know.
I don't think they have.
Like, this makes no sense, this whole scene right now. Anybody who's seen the movie knows what I mean. She fights them hand to hand in the rain, at night, in the dark. Yeah, she doesn't need to. She teleports away and then she takes all their stuff away with her mind, like telekinetically, just magic. It's like, where is she? She pops back and takes all their shit.
Yeah.
And he has to give you that thing's laying waste to the whole day. Like, he has to say what's going on. She's destroyed a battleship.
But not them.
But not them. Oh no, I'm going to take 2 swords out.
Why?
Exactly, Alex.
And now she's appearing anywhere, so she can cut heads off. No.
Yeah, she can appear anywhere, but she still can't kill these guys. Her brother, who laid waste to helicopters, tanks, soldiers, couldn't kill them, even though they're in a room.
Yeah. An
enclosed room. Like, she can't even kill Harley Quinn, who's just a psychologist. She's not Batman. She's not a ninja master. She's just a girl with hot pants on.
And she just kicked her. She could have stabbed her, right?
Yeah. Like, this scene is purely... I don't even know what the word... It's not even superficial. Like, it's just pointless. Like, this is however many...
He's fucking dickhead in his boomerang.
Tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars. Oh, and she's bulletproof the whole time. But she's not stronger than him with his boomerangs. We've gone dead silent. I know when we both go dead silent.
Yeah.
We just lost all words for this fucking shit. There we go. It's over.
Enough.
Push them all back. If you can take their weapons, you can push them. You could rip their faces off.
What was she doing? Just having a little bit of fun? Was that
a
fucking salsa dance?
I don't know.
What was that?
Who knows? Favorite letter of this film? Y. They're just standing there. They're literally standing there talking about it. Kill them. Oh, I know. This is this moment where she's like, I'll give you a chance to join me.
Yeah.
I wonder if Harley Quinn's actually faking. Yeah, I know she is. It's just that Harley gets to stand right beside the samurai sword. And it's like, what? Kill them.
This thing can kill anything she wants, and she's falling for this.
Yeah.
Right here.
Like,
fair enough.
No,
she's
but
a bit
earlier
crazy,
on,
yeah.
she's in her head. She can see things, make the dreams happen.
That's right, yeah.
Like, how is she falling for this? How are the others 4 of the 5 that are standing there not being blasted by lightning? Oh no. This woman is going to stand right where that sword is that she apparently didn't see. It's just such bullshit. And he has to tell the audience what's happening.
Yeah.
You know, Rick exposition. Hey Croc, I'm really glad you got out of that water and didn't help us plant the bomb. It looks cool, Alex, because it's in slow-mo.
Because it's rainy and slow-mo.
And slow-mo. At night,
it's
in the dark.
dark, so we can cut the budget.
Yeah, but still charge $175 million.
Exactly.
$175 million, folks, and this is how they ended the movie. Throwing a grenade. Like, we know he's the best shot in the world. Where's the tension here? She's got her heart out. What are we... Like, there's no tension. She's already been defeated.
Yeah.
There's no rush here. That's a fucking like what? A school bag? Less than a school bag full of dynamite? Why the hell didn't they just send the plane? Just send the plane.
Yeah.
AC-130, like in a, Call of Duty. You just call it in, fires the cannons, blows the shit out of it.
Yeah. Yo.
I love my daughter, but I'm going to blow up this thing because, again, it makes no sense. Her visions, her hallucinations have no power.
No.
Nobody's falling for it.
It's just bollocks.
Like, if they had shown one person falling for it, it might have worked.
And it's the barrel that says love.
Yeah, not hate, because he loves people now. I'm pretty sure Rick Flag has a hand grenade on him. Where you just pull the pin and throw it.
Yeah.
You don't need to shoot it.
Just throw it in there.
Also, I'm pretty sure Mythbusters would have a field day with that. It's like, no, if you shoot Semtex, it doesn't blow up. It's kind of why you have that material. so it doesn't blow up if it gets rattled or shaken. Uh-oh, careful. Looks like daylight.
Just don't hug him. Like, come on.
Yeah.
You've still got this fucking bitch woman going.
That's what I mean. Like, she's still there. And like you said earlier, he plays like the real emotional, I love you.
Yeah.
But the first thing he does is hug Will Smith.
I know.
It's like...
It doesn't make sense.
Like, nothing makes sense in this movie after they get her out of that cell. And seeing as the first 40 minutes of this movie is just all edited, pre-story.
Yeah.
And then there's another 20 minutes of flashbacks after that. It leaves you with a 2-hour movie that's only an hour long. It's like a TV episode, but it's shit. But you know what the best thing is? Everything works out in the end.
Everyone's happy.
Because he kills her.
Everyone's happy.
But June lives. So we don't have to feel sad.
And then Deadshot.
And these people who are supposed to be psychopaths, they're upset for the girl who tried to kill them. And Rick Flag, who they don't like. Is it just me, or is this film absolutely fucking mental, off the wall, stupid?
It is shit. It's bollocks, actually. It's bollocks.
Like, at least Batman Superman was cohesively shit.
Yeah.
Like, it made shit sense all the way along. This one looks like every 2 minutes a new fucking script and a new director took over. You know what? In this scene, hug him. Don't care about her. Just like...
Take the shit layer off your face.
Oh, she's fine. Thank fucking Christ. It's still raining. Still kind of dark. Oh, she's happy. Oh. None of this makes sense.
She's gone. Fuck off.
Fair play to the director, though. He didn't throw anybody under the bus. He said, this is the movie I wrote. This is the movie I directed. This is the film I wanted to make. Which is probably why he's getting the next Harley Quinn movie. Oh, she's got the thing in her hand and it looks like she's touching it, which means 2 people should be dead. Look, she's got her finger on those things.
Your friend could just go...
Yeah.
Shoot him. Deadpool.
I butt-dialed my friend earlier. If I had done that, I would have blown his fucking head off.
That's true. That's true.
She's got on 3. That's 3 of them that are dead. Like, I think they're all dead there.
She's got her fingers on the fucking trigger, like all over it.
Now, excuse me, but you have the best shot in the world. A psychopath with a baseball bat, Boomerang Boy, and a crocodile, and not one of them can shoot that out of her hand. She's just a woman. Just knock it out of her hand.
Yeah.
That's where I would have had a different system where, to make sure Amanda Waller never gets killed by one of them, she puts it so it's connected to her heart. If her heart ever stops beating, then the phone automatically sets off.
But then what if the enemy killed her?
Well, then she doesn't care. That's the point. Like, she wouldn't care. You know what I mean?
But then she kills all of that.
Yeah, she doesn't care.
Yeah, but the enemy kills her. So and then she. Well, yeah.
You know what I mean? She doesn't care. That's the kind of personality she's given. Like, she'll shoot people that work for her. She'll throw anything.
But she cares about the greater good, though. She cares about.
But she doesn't think they're going to be the greater good.
No, but
I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, that's a fail. But I know what you mean. Is in like having some kind of security system set up.
But yeah, like the film, it seems that like at some point the director kind of knew the film was going to just dropped off a cliff, and
I feel like he gave up.
Yeah, I think he did. I think like he's made good movies. So it's not like he suddenly went from being good to bad. But I think at some point he's like, all right, I've got a 6-week-old script. I've already spent $100 million.
Yeah.
This isn't going to turn out well.
Yeah.
And then the producer or the studio came along and said, okay, we have to edit this. And, they had the reshoots. They spent like $10 million or whatever on reshoots.
Yeah.
So we'll just do that again. It's like, okay, so what do we need to put in? We need to put in Harley with an espresso machine. We need to have them fighting in the rain again, but this time Flag is going to say, oh, the world's in danger and all this. Like, it's just I don't understand like anything that happens in this movie at all after she gets rescued. Maybe just because I was so disappointed because there wasn't someone cool in that room that they weren't going to be like, oh, we're going to have a thing.
Yeah, going all the way up there to rescue who?
Yeah. Have somebody awesome in there. Have someone like a great supervillain or a new hero. Like have a hero in there. Flash. Yeah. Oh, somebody. Maybe someone without powers. Who knows? Cyborg's dead. They could have been saving him.
Oh, yeah.
Because then you would have thought the Miles Dyson.
Yeah.
The guy from Terminator.
I like that one. I like the link.
But that's the thing, this film has no links to any of the other movies. And nothing that happens in this movie looks like it's going to affect the Justice League movie.
Well, yeah. I don't think there is.
So, alright, he's back. He got a nice custom top, but he's back.
Back again. Back once again for the renegade bastard.
What I don't understand about this scene, though, even though I like his little Joker top, is why didn't he break into the prison before? Why did he create this whole strategy of like going to that war zone? Like,
yeah, well, there's things in it. You know, maybe he couldn't get in. Maybe the security was lax. Maybe he knows more about it. Maybe he met connections to get him in.
Kind of looks like he just blew a hole in the wall and had a buzzsaw and just cut her out.
I'm a little disappointed because, I'm very disappointed in the whole fucking thing. But I love these scenes. Like, I love the vibrance of these scenes. Unfortunately, now that I look at them, I feel like all the colours and everything is just cheap, and it just goes with the film. The film's just cheap Hollywood, you know, like.
But I look at
film.
If I had looked at those and then I looked at the movie, I wouldn't be able to put two and two together.
No, they're cool, and it makes it stand out in a good thing. So a little side thing is Planet Fitness. Do you know Planet Fitness?
Yeah.
So they opened one up like near where I live.
Yeah.
And then Leah asked like, "Oh, why is their branding all like yellow and purple?" I was like, "Look, it stands out. Everyone knows, you know, what Planet Fitness is." Yeah. It's like with this, you know, it's like super, you know, neon colours and everything. Whenever you see their branding, you're like, "Oh, that's cool," and all the letters are, you know, it's great. You're doing a great job. But in the film, it's just so cheesy and so like let down. Now when I look at this, I'm like, "Fuck."
That's
like it's starting to look like cheese as well. To be honest, but,
I don't know. It could have been good if like that's what they embraced. But like we said, like 6 weeks to write a script.
Yeah.
For a $175 million movie?
Yeah.
That's insane.
What do you think was, I've got it here, the IMDb for this? I'm going to ask you the IMDb. I'm also going to ask you the Metacritic.
Alright, the IMDb for this? I think we're going to have the same problem that like Batman Superman had, where everyone was just like, I love DC, 10 out of 10. So it might get a bit higher than it should, but I'm going to say this has to be... it's going to be higher than I would have given it. It's going to be like 7.1.
A 6.3.
Oh, thank God.
So I feel like it was like relatively fair, actually.
Here we go. Here's our friend Bethleck.
Yeah.
Like this is a weird one. It's the same as Batman Superman. He plays this really well. Okay.
Yeah.
But the scene is kind of balls. Like, he's got some good moments, he does.
Yeah.
But...
it doesn't really...
No, look, this is what I mean. He's having this meeting to get this top secret document that has files on the Justice League.
Yeah.
But he already got that email in the other movie.
Well, maybe he's just trying to get some more info.
Maybe, but it's just repeating. Like,
so, yeah.
It doesn't add anything. You know what I mean? And he says, my friends and I will do it for you. So that can't be the Justice League because he just got the folder.
Yeah.
So does that mean Robin and Batgirl and...
I reckon it's still Because I think it's
Wonder Woman?
I think it's still Justice League.
Yeah.
So I do. I think it's still that. I think it's Wonder Woman because he knows her.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's one other person.
Yeah, I guess.
And maybe it's like he already knows Cyborg or whatever, or Flash or something. Well, he was seen by
Yeah, it's not Flash. It's Aquaman.
Maybe he got visited by
Yeah,
Flash
maybe.
or something like that. So.
The kind of shit that we have to guess.
Yeah. Bollox.
Like, you compare that, I know we don't want to do it all the time, but you know the Marvel, you know, the one where the SHIELD agent, Coulson, drives out to the desert, and he goes up over the hill, and there's the Thor hammer, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of all you need.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't tell me anything. There's nothing there that makes me want to go see the Wonder Woman movie, which is the next one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the Thor thing is at the end of that one because Thor's the next movie.
Yeah.
That's about Justice League, which isn't the next movie. Like, who's making these fucking choices? Everyone seems to be working on a 6-week calendar. They can't think more than 6 weeks ahead. So this year we got 2 more of these goddamn films to go and see.
We do.
Which means 2 more extended editions.
Which one do you reckon is going to be better? Should we make some predictions?
Oh, I have to get your Metacritic, don't I?
Yeah. Well, I put it down. So, what do you reckon the Metacritic? So, what do you reckon the audience, like you and I, and then the reviewers is? So, reviewers first. So, you've got all the reviewers.
Well, it's 6.3 on IMDb, and that's regular people.
So they put it all together.
I'm going to say they put it down at like 44.
40?
Yeah. 40?
Yeah. So, you were close. You were close. What do you reckon the users said?
On Metacritic. Yeah. Metacritic's usually a little harsher and shit. As far as I, like, compared to IMDb, so I'm going to say it can't be higher than IMDb. Maybe 6?
6.3.
Is it the same?
So it's the same as, which is interesting. So, but yeah. And that's, I mean, they tell you based on whatever, but yeah. 40 to 6.3. Usually, the user score, from what I see, is lower than the critics. Yeah.
Oh.
So.
Well, I guess then you've got like the reverse of IMDb, where people just go on and be like, 0 out of 10.
Yeah. You could have had a lot of...
Yeah.
You could have had a lot of comic book people, like a lot, saying like, you're being too harsh, you're being too harsh.
Yeah.
You never know.
Like, the film splits into 2 halves for me. The first half, which is a mess with potential.
Yeah.
And then the second half, which is a mess of shit. And it's because the first half is a mess, the second half doesn't work.
Yeah.
Because everything that happens in the second half has nothing... You don't get any payoff. Like, when the Joker is dead and Harley Quinn's upset, don't give a shit. Because you never see their relationship. When they have that scene at the bar and then they all decide to go and help each other and, like, walk down the street like a team, don't give a shit. Don't believe it. Don't buy any of it. When the bad guy's being a big bitch and she's blowing everything up, I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Why is she doing this? Why isn't she killing them? But like the first half, I could see people watching it being like, oh, wouldn't it be great if they'd made the movie like that?
Yeah. And
it would have been, but 6 weeks.
Toronto Aerial Unit. Sorry.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah, so like, what would you give that out of 10 yourself? What would you give the film?
I give it 2 damaged tattoos. 1 on your head and 1 on your balls. Fuck this movie.
We'll get a tattoo.
I just can't give this movie... The movie's crap, so it's like a 5 out of 10.
Right.
But the fact that it cost $175 million...
Lowers it even more?
It has to lower it down to like a 4 out of 10.
Right.
Like, you can't spend that much money, which is like mega Marvel movies.
Yeah.
And give me office fights in the dark and be like, look at our big movie.
I agree.
If that film had cost $70 million, I'd be like, you get a bit of a pass.
Yeah.
But no way can you spend that much money and give me that pile of shit.
Yeah. No, I agree. I like, honestly, I think I give that movie a 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
But then after you
had a breakdown.
Breaking it down. But breaking down like the story and everything.
I had a breakdown.
It deserves a 5. It deserves a point lower just because anyone that was to see the film would be like, okay, there were some cool scenes. Oh, Deadpool was doing his scene on top of the car and everything like that. But once you break... Sorry, Deadshot. But once you break it...
angry letters now.
When you break it down, like I've got to lower it down to 5.0 because that's what it deserves. Like
I've battered you into
it's got some flaws. It's got some flaws.
Yeah.
Not terrible, but it's got some flaws.
Yeah. Mostly everything.
Well, thank you for.
Well, hang on. Just in terms of like the music, like look at this. Look at all the songs that they buy the music to.
It's just DC. They got all the money.
I know that, but it's like they go from Seven Nation Army, Spirit in the Sky, Come Baby Come, Bohemian Rhapsody, like just throwing money at it. Yeah, Sucker for Pain. Yeah. It's like someone just had their iPod out and they're just like flicking through. Like, I like this song. I like that song. Write a scene around this song.
It probably was that. That's how it happens.
At Quebec.
Yeah.
Wait, they shot in Quebec?
There we go.
Or they just got money from Quebec?
I don't know. They must have shot there.
Must have shot something there.
That's interesting.
Fucking Quebecois.
Well, thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much for, just watching all the podcasts and commenting and just, giving it a thumbs up or...
Yeah, thanks for listening to us have mental breakdowns.
Just for subscribing, we really appreciate it. And, we have fun and we hope you guys are having fun.
Yeah. Hope you like the drinking as well, because you got to be drinking to watch this.
Why
is it all stars, by the way, for this?
I don't know. I feel like we're in fucking Guardians of the Galaxy, isn't it?
Oh, extended cut.
Okay, so what we got here?
Oh, finally over. Anyway, if you guys want to leave us a comment, you want to talk about the movie, you can find us on Twitter at Rant and Bollox, or send us a message at rantandbollox@gmail.com, or you're probably going to see this on YouTube or on Bandcamp or whatever. So just send us a message there too.
Yeah, give it a go.
Yeah, but thanks for watching, guys. I hope you did enjoy the movie and maybe enjoy our commentary too.
Exactly. Really appreciate it. All right. Boom!